County tourism officials say eliminating tourist councils would be devastating. Big changes could be coming to Florida's tourism industry, and here in St. Augustine, local leaders are sounding the alarm. Troy might even be quoted in this story. Who knows? No? Okay. Troy's staying out of this one. Governor Ron DeSantis recently announced Florida captured a record-breaking 15.5% share of the domestic vacation market this year, with nearly 143 million visitors in 2024, a new high. But just days later, the Florida House, under Speaker Daniel Perez, approved a sweeping $5.4 billion tax cut package that could wipe out all 62 tourist development councils, including St. Johns counties. Could it really?
Yeah, I'm going to get fired from my volunteer job.
Yeah.
Because of politicians that don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Well, politicians.
We've got to fund sound ordinance engineers or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be coming out of the TV.
We got to pay for the decibel meters.
Yeah. Monitors.
Yeah. The plan would redirect tourism tax dollars to provide property tax relief. St. Johns County representatives voted for the bill. Notably, State Rep Kim Kendall, Sam Greco, and Judson Sapp. But emails asking for comment were not returned to the news station. And while the bill faces uncertain futures in the Senate and possibly a veto from the governor, the proposal has already stirred major concern locally. St. Johns County TDC, which promotes tourism, supports cultural events, and funds beach projects, generates about $24 million annually, they say, through overnight stay taxes, bed taxes. Local business owners warn that losing the funding could be devastating. Irving Cass, chair of the TDC and owner of a downtown business, Bin 39, says the council's investments grow tourism and small businesses, and the property owners should save about $75 a year. Would only save about $75 a year if the TDC is eliminated. He calls that not a sound business decision. St. Augustine Beach Mayor Dylan Rumrell and Mayor Nancy Sykes-Klein are also urging caution. Nancy can't make up her damn mind. Also urging caution. Rumrell warns that Florida's #1 economy is tourism and says, I thought it was meth. I just really did.
It's gaining ground quickly. This bill passes.
Yeah, don't put meth over the top.
This bill passes.
Says cutting TDC funding could harm jobs, beach projects, and local businesses. Commissioner Sarah Arnold echoed the sentiment, calling the bill bad news for small businesses that rely on tourism. And Michael Diaz, some guy from the St. Augustine Distillery.
Yeah. Just the owner.
Was he the owner?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Him and Phil.
Oh, okay. Michael Diaz should have said that. Michael Diaz, the owner, co-owner, part owner of the St. Augustine Distillery.
And some dude.
This is, and also some dude.
And still some dude.
Still technically some dude.
And I think he owns 1010 radio or something like that.
Oh, 1010XL radio?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
He's a good dude.
And some dude.
Mike Diaz.
Some dude. Yeah, all right. Michael Diaz. Said the businesses would lose a professional, consistent message that brings visitors to the area. Diaz warns the result would be a massive decrease in St. Augustine's economy. Massive decrease. What do you think, Troy?
I think the bill is ridiculous. The fact that it passed the House, and then it has to pass the Senate too, but it passed the House 14-12. And it's one of those situations where if it's not broke, don't fix it. Conservative Republicans really have pushed this one over the top because they're like, oh, whatever we can do to save on property tax. But, okay, you're going to save $75 on property taxes, but you're going to lose 20% of your economy, which is going to lose the jobs. Now, who's going to take care of them? So it's really, the bill wasn't written real well, and I'm just disappointed that the people that represent us think that this is a good idea just to get reelected. It's a get reelected because it has good bite points to it, But when you look at it as a whole, it's a terrible, terrible plan. But it's politically makes you look good. Well, I'm the one who gave you $75 back.
Yeah.
But you took out thousands of dollars of revenue, or a job. I mean, 30% of our population in St. Johns County works in the hospitality industry.
Yeah, but I mean, just to play devil's advocate, getting rid of a tourism development council eliminates jobs. How? Like, how does that take people out of restaurants?
If people aren't coming
tourists
here,
aren't showing
if
up,
they're not showing up here, you take the tourists out of the
fair.
mix.
But on the other side of that, don't we have a problem downtown with too many tourists now to where we want to shorten time?
Stop it. Stop it.
I just,
Don't make me take off your
over
turban.
here feel like you're talking about the Three Stooges over here. Like, all I hear is like, let's go up. Well, no, let's go down. Well, what if we go left?
We need the tourism, and we don't have a problem with the tourists. We have a problem with mobility, and we have a problem, like Irving said, the mindset of the people coming to visit. We need to shape that. Guess how we got to have money to shape that, and that comes from the TDC. And the TDC doesn't cost us anything. It's actually, it's the people that come and stay in the hotels pay the way. So that's $24 million coming into our community that helps us shape beach renourishment. It helps us do a lot of wonderful things in this city. A lot of the nonprofits that are in the arts and cultures are funded by this. When the state cut out that funding, you know who came to the rescue for those groups? It was the TDC money. So just, it's not broke, don't fix it. And this is one of those things where government just, stay out of your own way.
Mm-hmm.
Just stay out of your own way. Hopefully the Senate side doesn't pass it, and this does die. But so I'm on board with the two mayors and Irving on this one. And not just because I sit on that board, it just doesn't
make sense. Yeah.
It's trying to fix something that's not broke.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but another thing I do want to ask though is so how would this bill affect like national like our state program, like Visit Florida,
It would pretty much it would make us rely on Visit Florida, so we're going to have to put more money in that direction instead of being able to advertise locally. So it would kill us against like the bigger cities.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the bigger cities are going to have more money in their coffers, and it takes us out of the competition, and we're going to lose to Savannah, and we're going to lose to Charleston, which is our two biggest competitions.
Yeah,
because when people visit St. Augustine, they're looking at cities similar, like
Right.
Savannah or
Not
Charleston.
Miami and all them bigger
they're
ones.
looking for something
Comparable.
similar and more kind of family based.
Mm-hmm.
So
Rich in history.
It puts us at a disadvantage of, with some of the other cities. So,
All right.
it would be like trading, your best play, Allen Iverson, off of the Sixers.
Mm-hmm.
You just traded off,
What if you brought Michael Jordan in?
Yeah, well, they didn't bring in Michael
need
Jordan.
money.
They brought in Bugsy Bones. Right?
They traded Allen Iverson for nothing.
Yeah, they brought in
Stun double.
They brought in Bugsy Bones.
Okay. Well, another short guy who could jump. Muggsy was all right. He had his
Oh,
time.
it was good.
All right.
It was no AI.
No, he was not. No, he was not.